Presidential Doomsday Plane lands near DC amid rising tensions in the Middle East. In fact, this is something our colleague Pranay was also mentioning about. A US Air Force E-4B night watch aircraft, which is also commonly known as the Doomsday Plane, has landed at the Joint Base Andrews late Tuesday night, following a highly irregular flight path from Barksdale Air Force Base in Shreveport, Louisiana. Now, the flight sparked speculation given the plane's historical role during major national or global crisis. Formerly designated as the National Airborne Operations Center, that is also popularly known as the NAOC, the E-4B is built to serve as a mobile command post for the president and the top military officials in the event of a nuclear war or other catastrophic events. It is designed to withstand electromagnetic pulses and even nuclear blasts, and has only been used in exceptional circumstances, most notably on September 11, 2001. That is, in fact, one of the most prominent operational deployment that had occurred on September 11, 2001. It is maintained, however, the E-4B fleet, if we speak of, it's always maintained a constant state of readiness, with at least one aircraft being always on alert. These planes frequently accompany the President or the Secretary of Defense when traveling to ensure immediate access in case of an emergency. However, public acknowledgement of their missions is quite rare, and most flights are not related to the actual emergencies, but to maintain the operational proficiency and readiness. So, which is why it is a really important breaking news that's coming in, because it has been made public now that there has been a Doomsday Plane that's been moved to DC. Let me get in Pranay Upadhyay at this point of the conversation. Pranay, it is an important development as we see a Doomsday Plane. The last time in terms of operations, prominent operations, once it was seen, was September 11, 2001. Now we see almost 24 years later, yet again, Doomsday Plane being moved to DC. What does it translate in terms of the operations that are continuing, or rather, what does it translate in terms of what is upcoming in the next few days?
Yeah, let me put it in the context. Firstly, there are two planes available with the United States Air Force as far as this E-4B or the Doomsday Plane, which is the airborne command post of the United States military. And these planes are 24/7 on alert at any given point of time. But their movement, especially from the Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana to Virginia and then in Washington, D.C., the flight pattern has actually sparked imagination and, this debate that is something big happening, why this aircraft is being moved to Washington, D.C., whether President Donald Trump is going to board this aircraft, why this aircraft becomes and its movement become important, because this aircraft is considered as an aircraft which is the airborne command post, which is only reserved for the use of the senior military leadership along with the President of the United States. In case of any big catastrophe, in case of a nuclear attack, because this aircraft is specially designed to withstand even the electromagnetic pulse disturbances and other disturbances. So this clearly shows that movement indicates that there is something big cooking up. President Donald Trump has also indicated that he is up to something big. Something big is going to happen. This may happen within a week's time or maybe before that. So that's why, coupled with these statements and the military movement, recently we have seen that how United States have moved some of its assets, especially the KC-135 tankers, which are the air refueling tankers, in the Gulf region, in the other areas, and there are some of the big assets, especially the air assets, are being moved from the European bases to the West Asian bases of the United States. So this clearly shows that some accretion, force accretion is happening, the augmentation of force is happening. And if you see the public statement coming from the Department of Defense, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth himself said that he has ordered the force augmentation in the CENTCOM region. CENTCOM is the central command of the U.S. military, and this is responsible. This command is responsible for the region where the conflict is on. We do not know whether the U.S. is planning to join this air operation directly, or they are only there for their own protection purposes with this force
Absolutely,
augmentation.
Pranay.